Averages don't matter. Averages it's kind of like a magic trick. It's what they sell you on to keep you, stuck or staying with the particular program or asset that you're involved with. So we're going to talk specifically about interest rates, growth, and averages. So a lot of people ask me, hey, what should I do when it comes to saving money for my kids to go to college, or how should we be saving for retirement? And I always say, find a vehicle that does what you need it to do. First, figure out your goals, your objectives, and then find the vehicle, the program, the asset that's going to yield you the most or the closest results that you're looking for as far as your overall objectives. And we talk about growth and interest. So a lot of times people say, well, this guy over here, or this program over here, this company says that they'll average us, 7%, over the next 20 years. So if that's the case, we'll be able to retire with X amount of dollars per year. It's very true, but also very misleading. And here's what I mean by that. So when we talk about interest and growth, remember, this is a concept that everyone should understand regardless of your situation. So when we talk about interest, growth, and averages is not something that you can go ahead and take to the bank. You can't go to the bank and say, hey, I average 7% return or 10% return. Can you give me my money? It doesn't work that way. I always advise people, hey, if it's very important, if that money is going to be needed for some kind of serious and very important goal, college, retirement, your estate, purchasing your home, you don't want to put it at risk of losing. Now, a lot of people say, well, if you're in the market and the market goes down, and it's okay because you can buy things at a discount. You can, the fancy word is, well, dollar cost average. We'll be able to get a whole lot for a little, and then when the market turns around, we'll be better off. Now, that is partially true. Dollar cost averaging is a strategy used by a lot of investors, a lot of money managers, has been used by a lot of investors, for a long time. So it doesn't mean it's a great thing, but I'm not also saying that it's a bad thing. But let's talk about that for a second. So we talked about averages, growth, and rate of return. Once again, this is a simple concept, but I got to give you the context. So when it comes to an average return, and I kind of cringe when people are basing their potential and their growth on averages. Averages you can't once again take to the bank. So let's do some simple math, and let's talk about what that means. So if you have a large sum of money, we won't give it a dollar amount just yet, but if you have a large sum of money and you drop it into a certain investment or program, okay? And let's say in that first year, and this is for simple math, that first year you received a 50% rate of return. You got a 50% growth. That's outstanding. That's phenomenal. 50% growth is phenomenal. But let's say in year 2, you kept your money there. You said, you know what? I'm doing so well. I'm going to leave my money where it is. And year 2, it comes around and you have a 50% negative. Now you're thinking, like, wow, now it's time for me to go ahead and make some changes. When your money manager may come to you and say, wait a minute, don't panic. Look at it. We average over the last 2 years a 0% return. Can you imagine what that average would be if you never lost any money? So let's say it was $100,000 and I got a 50% return in year 1. Great for me. Now I have $150,000. Year 2, I lose 50%. I didn't touch the money. I just let it sit and grow, or lack thereof. So in year 2, I lost 50%, but I didn't lose 50% of 100 grand. I lost 50% of 150 grand. Which means that going into year 3, I only have $75,000. But wait a minute, you said that I averaged 0%. Well, technically speaking, you did. You averaged a 0% return, but your cost aggregate return, or your net return, right? The money that you actually have in your pocket that you can take to the bank, is negative 25%. You have $75,000 and you started with 100 grand, although you average a 0% return over the 2 years. So please understand how money works. This is a very simple concept. Do not buy into the law of averages when it comes to your growth potential or your rate of return. You have to go based off of real numbers. The likelihood of you losing money, your net return, what does it cost you to have your money in that particular program? Averages don't matter. Averages it's kind of like a magic trick. It's what they sell you on to keep you, stuck or staying with the particular program or asset that you're involved with. But the net return is what really matters. If you're a savvy investor and you don't mind, losing money, if you're the kind of person that likes to go to Vegas and play and you don't mind losing, I guarantee you have a hard time doing that with your mortgage or with your car note or with very important intended money. So same concept, goes when we talk about your portfolio or your assets or you're saving money for college. You want to find a vehicle or a program where you can mitigate your losses and your true average return is always positive. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions or you need clarification, please reach out to us. What you don't know can definitely cost you. Comment below, like this video, subscribe to our channel so we can provide you more heat, more valuable content, and some knowledge just to kind of help you and your situation long term. Thank you much for checking us out. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.